Hey, Layla, do you have a minute right now? I need to talk to you about something important. You're the only one I can ask. Huh? What happened? You're being so sudden. You're kind of freaking me out a little. Actually, my brother's business suddenly needed some emergency funding. To get through it, he had no choice but to take out a loan. And he called me last night saying he can't find anyone to co-sign for him. Co-sign? For the loan? Are you saying I'm the one who's supposed to do that? Honestly, I'm kind of shocked. That's right. Isn't it exactly in times like these that families should step up and help each other out? You're part of our family now, too. Since you married my son. All you need to do is sign a little paperwork. It's not a big deal. But this is the first time I'm even hearing about it. And dropping something this major on me out of nowhere is just too much. I mean, co-signing for a loan isn't something you just casually do, right? If he misses his payments, I'm the one who's going to be on the hook for it. Why are you making such a big deal out of this? My brother's never caused any problems before, and he promised he'd pay it back right away this time too. You don't have to worry. It's just lending your name for a little while. I'm asking you because I believe you're not the kind of person who turned their back on family when they're in trouble. This isn't about trust. Realistically, I don't even know him that well, and we hardly have any connection. I understand how serious this responsibility is, and if something does happen, this isn't something I can handle all by myself. It's not about the connection. You married our Charles, so you're officially part of this family. So when family's in trouble, it's only natural to step up and help, isn't it? Even the person you're being asked to help is family related, so you need to trust him too. Honestly, I never thought you'd say no. I'm sorry, but I can't accept having such a heavy responsibility forced on me just because we're family. And I don't understand why you're treating this like it's already decided without even talking it through with me first. The paperwork's basically done, you know. All that's left is for you to sign your name and turn it in. If you start making a fuss now, you're just going to cause problems. And if you really plan on saying no, well, we might have to rethink where you stand in this family. Wait, are you seriously trying to threaten me? You went ahead and made all the decisions, and now you're just dumping the responsibility on me. And now you're saying I'm not family if I say no? That's not fair. I wasn't even involved in any of this from the beginning. The least you could have done was talk to me about it first. You're seriously such a cold person. Your own family's in trouble and you're just turning your back like it's nothing. There are plenty of daughters-in-law out there who are way more loyal and caring than you. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder why we even let you marry into this family. Just hurry up and sign the paperwork already so we can move on. Please stop treating people like that. Rebecca, I'm not some tool you can use whenever it's convenient for you. I'm not some obedient daughter-in-law who's just going to do whatever you say. If you really need a cosigner, then at least give me a proper explanation I can accept. And if you can't do that, there's no way I can agree to this. Layla, got a second? Hey, what's going on? It's about tomorrow. You didn't forget, right? You better not have forgotten. All right. I didn't forget, but you're coming to the Memorial Day family gathering tomorrow. It's a yearly tradition, so no showing up late or canceling last minute. I already ordered a bunch of premium barbecue for everyone. It would be a shame if it went to waste, so make sure you show up and take charge. I really do appreciate you personally inviting us. I mean it. But honestly, if I'm being real, do we even have a reason to be there? I've always felt like you've treated us pretty coldly. It's hard not to notice the vibe that we're not exactly welcome. Every time we show up, it's just passive-aggressive comments and nasty attitudes. And honestly, I don't understand why we should put ourselves through that. Oh, stop being so dramatic. I treat you perfectly normal. You're just being paranoid, and that's not my problem. I'm not being paranoid. You always dote on your younger son, Caleb, and you're obviously cool towards Charles. You're way harder on him, even though he's the oldest, and you've even insulted his career. If that kind of attitude keeps up, anyone would feel hurt. Oh, please. I'm just telling the truth. It's not like I'm trying to be mean. I'm just stating facts, and I don't appreciate getting criticized for it. Construction work's the kind of job for people who didn't go to college, isn't it? Honestly, I'm just embarrassed about it. It's nothing like the impressive career Caleb has. Anyway, forget all the nitpicking and just show up tomorrow. I don't care about your reasons. It's unheard of for the oldest son to skip a family gathering. If that happens, it'll make me look bad as a parent. You need to do your duty. Hey, Leela, what do you think you're doing? You're making a scene.
Making a scene? You mean us?
Of course. What else would I mean? The two of you are just holed up in that room together. Everyone's worried, you know. Get out of here now. We all made the effort to come today, so stop ruining the vibe, okay? I really don't need you two killing the mood.
Get out of there? Hold on a second. Weren't we basically sent to this room because of the way you were acting toward us?
Huh? Sent there? What are you talking about? I just saw you two looking all awkward, so I thought I'd give you some space, that's all. Saying we kicked you out is seriously over the top.
Then why wasn't there any food set aside for us? You knew exactly how many people were coming, so it feels like you left us out on purpose. At the table, everyone kept giving us dirty looks and mocking us. And now you expect us to just walk back in there like nothing happened?
You ran away, didn't you? You're just weak, hiding in there because you can't handle it. Excuses won't change anything. You look pathetic.
Excuse me? This is so unfair. I don't even know what to say.
You and my useless son are just pampered in every possible way. I had to fight through harsh realities my whole life, you know? People like you who've had it easy will never get it. At the end of the day, it's all about education. That's why my husband, my son Caleb, and even I are proud graduates of top universities. The lives we have now are the results of all that hard work. Real people use their brains and make a difference at the center of society. There's no room in this family for people with no talent and no ambition.
How can you even say that? You never once acknowledged Charles's hard work. You didn't even give him a chance to get an education. Who was it that forced him to start working right after middle school just to support his little brother? He deserved a shot at building his own future too. But you ripped that away from him before he even had the chance, and now you treat him like he's a failure? That's just cruel.
But listen, that kid got a C on a test back in elementary school, you know? Do you really think a kid like that had any kind of future ahead of him?
Wait, what does that even have to do with anything now? Are you seriously saying you judged his whole life off of that one thing?
Of course, it's obvious. Life is about building a foundation from the smallest things. The gap was already there back then. Honestly, Charles only managed to get C's. A kid who's cool with those grades isn't going to go far. You're way too naive. It was already over at that point. He's just dumb, plain and simple. So of course, it made sense to focus all our resources and education on Caleb, the one who actually had potential. We only have so much to give. It's a parent's job to invest wisely. I'm not going to waste my time and effort on something that's hopeless. And besides, seeing that boy act like he's some poor victim after he defied us is just pathetic. Doesn't he even feel embarrassed?
I can't believe this. You judged your own son's entire life over one dumb elementary school grade, and you still look down on him like he's worthless. That's just unbelievable.
Looking down on him? No, not at all. It's just a natural consequence. He made his own choices. In my time, if you came home with anything close to a C, you'd be yelled at and kicked out with your stuff packed. It was that strict. Compared to that, I've been way too soft. At least I gave him a roof over his head. He should be thanking me, honestly. In the end, I made the right call. Since I never expected anything from him, I saved myself the trouble.
What's that supposed to mean? That's unbelievably cruel.
I mean, look at him now, doing construction work. Some simple job anyone could do, right? That's not the kind of work for someone who's truly capable. There was never any reason to waste money or time on a guy like that. I was smart enough to invest where it actually mattered. Seriously, I have such good instincts. It's almost hilarious how right I was. Wow, that feels so good to say.
You're the worst. I'll never forget what you just said. Aren't you even a little ashamed of yourself?
Oh, really? Getting lectured by people with bottom-tier brains like you two? Honestly, I couldn't care less. It doesn't bother me at all. Anyway, it'd actually help if you stayed our little toys, just to make us talented folks look even better. Since we're all here for Memorial Day, we shall enjoy the barbecue. Oh, and you two construction guys can just munch on plain potatoes, alright? If you're that desperate, maybe you can snack on some pickles or something. I'll make sure there's plenty of that for you. No worries.
I've had enough. We're leaving.
Yeah, we're done here.
My husband says so. We can't stay another minute.
Whatever, get out of here then. And don't bother coming back ever again.
Nicole, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
I need a little favor, and if possible, could you handle it quickly?
Of course. What do you need?
Nicole, I'm sorry for the short notice, but could you bring the car around right now?
Certainly. I'll have it ready right away. Still, it's pretty early for you to be heading home, isn't it? I thought today was the Memorial Day family gathering. Did something happen? I couldn't help but wonder.
Saying something happened doesn't even begin to cover it. It was like getting thrown into the middle of a storm of insults.
Oh my, that sounds like a seriously intense situation. So I guess it was pretty chaotic then. Honestly, it breaks my heart to hear that.
I always had a feeling that old hag didn't think much of us, but I never thought she'd actually say it out loud like that.
Ma'am, that's not very ladylike language, but honestly, I can't blame you. It must have been really painful.
Sorry, but I'm so angry I can't even think straight. If I don't vent a little, I don't think I can calm myself down.
I'll take a little time to get the car ready, so if you'd like, I can stay and keep you company. Maybe it'll help you feel a little better.
Thanks, Nicole. In that case, could you listen for just a bit? The thing is, she says something like this.
Wow, so that's what happened. I can't believe she said something so awful. Hearing all that really shocked me.
Right? You see what I mean?
It must have been so hard on you.
I'm just so frustrated and mad.
Well, that sounds pretty intense. No, I mean your mother-in-law is. Unbelievably colorful, to put it nicely.
I don't even want to call her my mother-in-law anymore. I just see her as a total nuisance, and I'm planning to cut ties. My husband said he's done after this year, too. Honestly, we're more than happy to be done with that toxic mess. Well, if it was going to be the last time anyway, I kind of wish I had just yelled at her and trashed the place a little. Like kicked over some furniture or something.
Well, if you want, why not launch a little counterattack before you go? Something classy, your style.
Wait, no, hang on. That was just me venting. I wasn't actually planning to do anything crazy. No way I'd seriously pull something like that.
Of course, I wouldn't recommend making a scene big enough to get the police involved, so don't worry about that. But honestly, you and your husband are in a good enough position now to make a subtle statement, something that shows you're above all this. Actually, if you're interested, I have a little idea for a moment that would be just perfect for you. And with this car, the timing couldn't be better. I can have everything set up right away, so there's nothing to worry about.
Wait, hold on, Nicole. What exactly are you plotting? Are you seriously planning something?
Well, I'll have to keep a little bit of it a secret. Anyway, ma'am, it's time for me to come pick you up, so please get ready.
Layla, can I talk to you for a second?
What do you need?
What's going on?
What do you mean?
Am I seeing things or what? Explain to me what's going on.
Like I said, what exactly are you talking about?
Hey Layla, what the hell is going on? Why the hell would a couple of low-class nobodies show up in a limo like it's no big deal? It's ridiculous.
Oh, sorry about that, Rebecca. Looks like we surprised you. We really didn't mean to. Of course, we don't usually ride around in a limo or anything. It just so happened that today, that was the only car available. And just so there's no confusion, let me be clear. We usually drive a BMW sedan. We hardly ever use a limo. A flashy car like that's really only for special events or ceremonies. We're not getting all carried away or anything, I swear.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking why people like you are even in a position to ride around in a fancy limo.
Oh, that's what you meant. It's pretty simple, really. A few years ago, Charles started his own company, and now the business is doing really well, so we live pretty comfortably.
What? He started a company? I've never heard anything about that before.
Well, we never told you. We didn't have any obligation to, and it's not like we lied about anything. Charles is not just some worker out in the field. He's running the whole operation now, and I'm helping manage the business too. It's our company.
If you're making that much, it's only right to support your family a little, isn't it? What about paying your parents back?
Why would you even think that makes sense? You're the one who kept calling him worthless, stupid, and pushing him away, remember? And now you're standing there asking for help? That's just unbelievable. I honestly can't even process that. But hey, you still have Caleb, your precious smart son, right? You can go ahead and lean on him from now on. We're officially cutting ties today.
Wait, Layla, that was just a joke. Please, let's talk.
Nicole, that was amazing. I was seriously blown away.
Oh no, not at all. I'm just glad we made it in time.
Thank you so much. Seriously, Nicole, you absolutely crushed it. The timing and the setup were so perfect, I wanted to stand up and applaud. Nobody expected a limo to roll up at that exact moment, which just made it even more hilarious. The look on Rebecca's face, she was so shocked. Her eyes almost popped out. It was honestly so satisfying to watch.
I'm just happy if it helped you feel a little better, ma'am. Dealing with these, well, let's just say arrogant types. I've had quite a bit of experience with that over the years. Guess it finally paid off.
Seriously, you're incredible. That former top businesswoman title really wasn't just for show. You're always helping me out in so many ways.
Oh, that really means a lot to me. I'm just trying to slowly return the kindness you once showed me.
Oh, come on, seriously. Having you around, Nicole, makes me feel so much stronger. You're like my battle buddy at this point.
Oh, and by the way, since it came up, I was hoping we could go ahead and talk about that thing we mentioned earlier. It won't take long, and if you have a little time, it would really help if we could go over it now.
Of course, let's do it. Actually, Charles just brought it up again recently, too. I'm all ears.
Hey, Layla!
What do you want? Is there still something you need? I thought we made it clear we were cutting ties.
That's not important right now. What's going on? Explain to me what's going on. What the hell is happening? I randomly decided to drive by your house today, and the land was completely cleared out. What's going on?
Oh, Rebecca. You're making such a huge fuss over something so old. We moved out of that house ages ago and relocated somewhere else.
What? You moved? When did that happen?
Let's see. It's been about 7 years now, I think. Didn't expect you to be this shocked.
7 years? Why didn't you ever tell me something that important?
Wow, honestly, I'm the one who's shocked you're asking now. You had plenty of chances to notice, like maybe if you'd ever bothered sending a holiday card. You've clearly never cared about us, so what's with the sudden interest?
I just, had a little something I needed to talk about. Nothing big.
Oh, please, let me guess. You need money or help again, right? Not happening. You spent years calling my husband useless and looking down on him, and now you suddenly want something when it's convenient for you? That's rich.
You could help out just a little, couldn't you? Don't you have any gratitude toward the mother who gave birth to your husband? You owe me that much.
Oh, absolutely. You brought Charles into the world. That's quite a statement to make. Having kids is the parents' choice. It's not something you get to guilt them about. Kids aren't their parents' property. You really ought to rethink that mindset.
Excuse me? You're just a daughter-in-law. How dare you act like you're above me? And no matter how high and mighty you try to act, the fact remains you two still work some bottom-tier job.
What did you just say?
Listen carefully. I heard Charles started a company, but it's just construction, right? Meanwhile, his talented little brother works at a major corporation with a stable future and social status. It's a whole different league. You get that? Even if he's called a CEO, it's just a tiny little local business, isn't it? Maybe you think you're some kind of king in your own little castle, but it's honestly pathetic. Watching small-timers pretend they're big shots is hilarious.
I see. So that's how you really feel now that we refused to help you. Your rotten attitude is as impressive as ever.
What did you just say?
From what I'm hearing, you think anyone in construction is trash no matter how hard they work. If that's your so-called common sense, then let me show you just how wrong you really are.
Whatever, talk big while you still can. No matter how hard you try, you'll never catch up to real elites like us. Not in a million years.
Enjoy looking down on us while you can, because very soon you won't be able to act so high and mighty anymore. I can't wait to see the look on your face when that day comes.
What the hell?
Wow, you texting me at this hour? You're usually blowing up my phone first thing in the morning.
Oh, shut up. What the hell is going on? I had no idea until just now. What is happening here? This can't be real. It's gotta be a lie. I can't believe it.
Oh, hello, Rebecca. How are you? You're awfully quiet today, huh? Not getting a nasty message from you first thing in the morning. Kinda surprising. You've been sending me long rants every single day lately. Did you suddenly come down with something?
Oh, don't mess with me. Tell me what's going on right now. I just got off the phone with Caleb.
and he told me that his company's biggest client is your company.
Yeah, that's right. Is there a problem? See, we're the ones who graciously signed a long-term contract with a company your precious little son works for. Remember when I said you wouldn't be able to talk down to us much longer? We've been working toward this for a long time, building the company up carefully and steadily with people we trust. Also, you seem to have had a big misunderstanding. We're not exactly a small business anymore.
Seriously? Are you telling me a construction company like yours is reaching those heights?
You know, Rebecca, I think you're seriously confused about something. Construction work is directly tied to building and maintaining critical infrastructure in America. Roads, bridges, water systems, disaster prevention projects, the very foundation of safe everyday life. Calling that kind of industry low class just shows how little you actually know about the world. That's exactly why our company has been able to partner with so many others and keep growing in ways that matter for today's society.
No way. Are you telling me that Caleb lost to Charles? There's no way that's possible.
This isn't about winning or losing, Rebecca. But let me make one thing clear. My husband, you look down on, your eldest son, is neither useless nor some nobody. He's worked hard every day, protected his employees, earned people's trust, and built what he has. He's a respectable CEO running a company he can be proud of. So don't you ever again insult him with that condescending attitude. Everything you've been saying is just your own delusions and wishful thinking. It's time you faced reality.
No way. There's no way that rude little brat could be successful. There's no way I can accept him rising above us.
Jesus, seriously? You really need to accept reality. After all, your so-called amazing family never once got picked up in a chauffeured limousine, did they? That fact alone says it all, doesn't it? You're not some special elite group. You're just regular people clinging to titles and college degrees.
Hello, I'm sorry for reaching out of the blue.
Yes?
I'm the one who greeted you this morning. Do you remember me?
Huh? You must have the wrong person.
This is the number for Charles's mother, correct?
Who are you? I'm actually really busy right now. If you're trying to sell me something, I'm hanging up.
I'm Nicole, the driver for Charles, the one you spoke with earlier.
Wait, are you the woman who was standing outside the house this morning? You're the lady who claimed to be Charles's driver, right?
Yes, that's correct. I'm currently responsible for driving him and handling transportation for his family.
Hold on. How the hell did you get my number? Did you dig it up without permission? This is private information.
Please, don't worry. Charles personally gave me your number with permission, since it would be a problem if you showed up at his house unannounced again like today. I'm reaching out as a courtesy to give you a formal warning. This is simple a polite notice within normal boundaries.
Warning? What the hell is that supposed to mean? I was just trying to see my son. Like hell I'm going to take orders from some lowly chauffeur.
Even if you say so, I can't just ignore it because of my professional responsibilities. As far as I know, Charles never gave you his address, correct? It seems likely you tracked it down by following his social media or workplace info, then showed up after figuring out where he lived. Dropping by uninvited at a place you found through some sketchy research isn't acceptable, even if you're a parent, and definitely not as a private person.
I wasn't stalking him or anything. I just didn't find the right moment to reach out, that's all. I just happened to be walking around and, by total coincidence, ended up in front of his house. It's not like it's some huge scandal or anything, right?
I see. So you're admitting you pretended it was a coincidence. Honestly, that level of boldness and shameless determination is almost impressive. But pouring that much energy into something so personal and petty isn't doing anyone any favors, honestly.
Hey! I've been listening to you go on, and all you're doing is throwing shade. Who the hell do you think you are? Listen, I have something important to say to Layla and Charles. Some chauffeur like you has no business sticking her nose in. Just butt out!
Even if you say so, I'm not just some random chauffeur. Part of my job is also to protect their safety and peaceful life. From that standpoint, I've determined that I can't allow you to approach them.
Excuse me? That's way over the top.
Yes, I was hired as a driver, but that's not all I do. I also serve as an advisor for Charles's company. So if someone like you behaves in an emotional and reckless way, that could harm the company or the family. It's my responsibility to step in and make contact like this. Anyway, I've gotten a little off track. Back to the main point. We've already reported this incident to the local police. If you show up uninvited again, we will immediately call the authorities, so keep that in mind. If you refuse to understand, we may also take legal action.
Wait just a second! You expect me to believe some chauffeur is an advisor too? Come on, knock it off. That's hilarious. What's your angle here? Just trying to make yourself sound important?
Well, I figured you'd react like that. I figured you'd either be surprised or just chuckle about it. Either way, I saw it coming. Honestly, your response is so typical it's almost boring.
What the hell? Who do you think you are, mocking me like that?
Well then, since we're here, let me properly introduce myself. My name is Nicole Hill. I used to be the CEO of Hill Engineering, a company that specialized in infrastructure development.
Wait, Hill Engineering? You mean that? Hill Engineering?
Yes, the one that's been on TV commercials and plastered all over public transit. Judging by your tone, it seems the name rings a bell.
Of course it does. Everybody knows that company. It's been around for decades. But still, the CEO of a company like that working as a chauffeur? That's beyond ridiculous. I don't get it at all.
I did say former CEO, didn't I? I've handed over full control to my children and stepped away from the business. I even gave up all my shares and any say in management. I believed if I stayed involved, they'd never learn to stand on their own. Right now, protecting the people I care about means more to me than running a company ever could. Even if that means working as a driver, it's something I'm proud of. Although, judging from your reaction, you clearly don't believe a word I'm saying. If that's the case, maybe I should just show you some proof. I still have some official photos from when I was CEO. I'm sure those will be convincing enough. Did the photos come through okay? Have you had a chance to look at them yet?
Yeah, I saw them.
So now you understand that I was telling the truth, right?
Wait, you were really the CEO?
Oh, so you finally checked the photos I sent. They're old, but you can clearly see me sitting there as CEO, can't you?
I can't believe it. Why would someone that important be an advisor for some startup company?
It's all because of Layla. I told you, didn't I? Right now there's something far more important to me than running a company. Layla saved my life.
Huh?
When I collapsed from feeling sick, she came over and helped me. And she called an ambulance for me. While we waited for it to arrive, she stayed with me, calmed me down, and left without even giving her name. It wasn't until much later that I met her again, but even then she refused every single thank you I tried to offer, saying she just did what anyone would do. I was completely moved by her character. I wanted to support her however I could. That's how I ended up getting hired as an advisor. Though, honestly, they hardly need my advice anymore, so now I mostly stick around helping out as a driver and assistant.
I knew something was off. When I looked into it, Charles's company had suddenly taken off. All that success. It's because you were pulling the strings behind the scenes.
That's not true. I only offered advice. It was Charles and Layla who actually listened, took the risks, and made it happen. They're the kind of people who have the guts to step up and face challenges. They're not like you, who only ever favors the ones who look good on paper. Anyway, please don't come around anymore. I won't let you interfere with them ever again.
Where's Layla? She's here, right?
I told you over and over. You were asked not to come back here. I can't believe you still don't get it.
I need to talk to her now. Please, just let me see Layla. She's home, isn't she?
She's out at the moment. More importantly, I told you already, you're not welcome here. And we've already called the police. You're violating a restraining order, so go ahead and accept your punishment.
Fine, I'll take whatever punishment. Just let me talk to Layla.
Oh, wow. Are you really begging now? Charles has already blocked you, and now the only person you have left to cling to is Layla. We heard about it. Caleb got into an accident and needs surgery money.
That's right. I need money to save him.
Well then, why don't you take out a loan yourself? If he's so important to you, surely you can manage that.
No way. Why should I have to go into debt?
Well, so that's the extent of your so-called love. You bragged about how talented he was, and yet you can't even come up with the money for his surgery. And now you're here, groveling to the son you always looked down on. Is that really the behavior of someone so superior?
Shut up! He's the eldest son. If we don't get financial help, what's going to happen to Caleb? What's going to happen to my boy?
If you're asking for help, you should start by showing some respect, don't you think? Nobody's going to help someone who doesn't even get that. It's truly pathetic that you still don't understand.
Hey, Nicole, can I ask you something?
Of course, what's on your mind?
You kept something from me, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
Did Rebecca come to the house?
Yes, she did.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because someone like her isn't worth your time, ma'am.
You were handling things behind the scenes, weren't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The police report, and fronting the money for Caleb's surgery. That was you, wasn't it?
So, you figured it out.
Come on! Why would you do something like that without telling me? You have nothing to do with Caleb or any of this.
I just thought, if it were you, that's what you've done.
Huh?
You once saved me, ma'am. You reached out to a total stranger without a second thought, so I knew you wouldn't be able to turn your back on Caleb either. But if you had stepped in directly, it would have tied you back to them again. Charles was worried about that too, so I decided to handle it myself. That way your relationship would stay cleanly cut off. As for the funds, Charles gave me a special bonus to cover it, so there's no need to worry.
Come on, you both were hiding things from me.
Well, it's because neither you nor Charles are very good at being honest.
What?
Charles was incredibly grateful to you for what you did. He didn't want to cause you any more pain after you stood up for him. He was really torn up about the situation with his brother. Even if things with the parents were bad, the brothers still cared about each other.
Yeah, that's why we never completely cut ties until now. And here you two were, talking behind my back the whole time.
You've always done everything for the sake of others, ma'am, but it's okay to put your own feelings first sometimes. Taking care of your own emotions is important too.
Hearing you say that really makes me feel a little lighter.
Just try to relax a little. You have a lot of people on your side.
Thank you, Nicole. Really, it means so much to me. Caleb successfully made it through his surgery, but as expected, it became hard for him to work like he used to. Following his wishes, he parted ways with his company on good terms. As a result, his family, who had depended heavily on his income, quickly found themselves struggling to stay afloat. Caleb, who had always been spoiled and expected to be bailed out whenever he needed it, finally couldn't take it anymore. Seeing his parents refusing to change and still trying to leech off him, he eventually ran out of patience. After a lot of soul-searching, he made the tough decision to leave home. Cutting ties with your own parents isn't easy. But honestly, the blame for forcing him into that decision falls squarely on them. And even after all that, they kept breaking the restraining order, racking up fines that only pushed them deeper into financial ruin. From what I've heard, their utilities are about to get shut off too. Honestly, it's hard to feel sorry for them. They brought it on themselves. As for me, I'm still working side by side with Charles, and even though we're crazy busy, life feels full and good. Today, I'm heading out for a business trip. This time, we're keeping it low-key. No limo, just a regular car. Naturally, Nicole will be the one driving me, as she's always reliable.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.